Hello everybody and welcome to Uprising 144K. I'm Hydrogen Man. Obviously guys, before I begin, I am not giving you any medical advice and I'm certainly not making any medical claims, but today let's talk about PSA. It's often a test that's done, to kind of monitor to see if there's any prostate issues or specifically prostate cancer, but this is going to be really important because PSA stands for prostate, I believe, specific antigen. And this new information, I think, is huge. And as always, I always share with you guys the absolute latest data that most doctors don't even know about. So without that, let's move forward. And the reason I did this is because I've been getting my PSA checked for a while. I've been getting my testosterone checked. I get blood work. I check for deficiencies. I see how hydrogen has been affecting me. And it's actually been really good. My numbers all look really amazing. And just recently, I did a lot of research into PSA because I had another test done. And I was actually concerned about the results, even though doctors were telling me everything was perfect, but I guess I was expecting a really low number. And that's when I found out that really low numbers, because I actually thought super low or non-existent number was the best, and I was wrong. It turned out that my number actually turns out that it's perfect. And as far as when you look at the latest data. So let's just go over this a little bit because I think it's really important for any male and even females. And this is something you can always mention to your doctor, and specifically even this article, because again, a lot of physicians do not know about this. So let's go ahead and look forward, because basically there was a specialist, endocrinologist, it appears, Dr. Drinchik, I think, or Drinchik, I don't know, practicing general medicine, yada, yada, yada. What she specifically noticed was that some of her patients with life-threatening pituitary tumors had some type of, and associated hormone deficiencies, had low PSA, let's see, prostate-specific antigen. There you go. So check this out. She thought, well, wow, isn't this interesting? What actually ended up happening is she ended up making a huge discovery that I believe is going to change the world of medicine also. So basically, it appeared that it wasn't really accidental. Now, the whole point of checking PSA is just to check to see if it's too high, which can signal, prostate cancer, yada, yada, yada. We know about that. But no one here, just like it says right here, but no one ever said that if it's too low, that it could be a bad thing. Well, let's see why that really could be an issue. Because the published findings, this is ultimately what they found. Let me just get to the points here for you guys. Okay, so basically the study was to evaluate the pituitary function in men with low PSA. What they ended up finding, let's see, there were 64 men, people without known prostate disease, yada, yada, yada. I'm just going to get to make it really basic and brief for you guys. Basically what they found out of all these people, look at this, almost 50% had low testosterone levels, 20% had low growth hormone status, and 11% had multiple hormonal deficiencies. Guys, this is huge, all right? Because if you take 50, 20, and 11, you come up with roughly 81%. So basically, people testing with low PSA, over 80% roughly, the odds are that you have an issue, which potentially, some of them can even be potentially life-threatening, but that's for the ones who are at the lower number. Either way, it appears that it's showing a problem. That's why when my number wasn't as low as I thought it should be, it turned out it was actually a good thing. Below a 1 seems to be like there might be some issues from everything that I'm reading. Now, 4 of these study participants with low PSA showed reason to suspect pituitary disease, and an MRI scan, what did they find? 3 of the 4 patients had large benign tumors in the pituitary gland. They would have never thought to look, guys, which did require treatment, including hormonal replacement. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because this is a really big deal, because people who can have like depression, people who could have psychiatric or psychological issues, and they don't realize that it's hormonal. I've been reading a lot about the latest brain scans and all these discoveries and how it's really linked to our health, to our gut, to garbage that's going in our bodies, these type of things. And all this eventually traces back to that. And I personally think that hydrogen will make a huge difference. It's made already a big difference in me. And I actually know some other people who've been doing my protocol for some time, and their PSAs were absolutely perfect too. And then I know some people who haven't been following my protocol. These are people who are friends and family, and their numbers were not very good. So, and that's why I did all this research. Now, in the end, the pituitary gland, which is a pea-sized gland located at the base of the brain, controls important hormone glands. Guys, I'm not going to repeat this too often, but I want you to understand that when your hormones are not right, you're not going to feel right, okay? Because think about this. It includes thyroid, adrenal, testicles, and ovaries. these are huge as far as the way that you're going to feel and your health. And it literally goes into saying, it secretes life-sustaining hormones and can be affected by tumors. That's obviously one thing that can clearly cause it, causing hormonal deficiencies, and can impact sight as well, which is interesting because I've been so many people lately, a lot of testimonials, people whose vision and all sorts of things with their sight and other eye conditions continue to get improvement. And I also think that the hormone thing is part of it all as far as the way the hydrogen just works. I just love it, right? So anyway, here we go. So basically what they're trying to say now is that they can use PSA and they can use it to evaluate, well, right here, pituitary evaluation. So I think that this is going to be really, really important. It's something you guys can always bring up to your physicians. I think it's going to be really, really good to learn about all this type of stuff. And just like they say right here, it's fundamentally important information that we have likely been missing. Guys, this is really new information. Again, most doctors probably do not know about it. I'll try to link this article below so you guys can read it all if you want, and also share it with your doctors if you ever have questions about what's going on. So in the end, it says here clearly, it's pretty amazing, says a doctor who specializes in treating pituitary tumors. Now, obviously, just because you have low PSA doesn't mean that it's always good news. As we're seeing, it appears that over 80% of the time, there's probably something going on. You may have some serious hormonal deficiencies, low testosterone, or even a life-threatening condition. And in my opinion, just because 80-something% of them, I think the other percentage of people who are having low numbers, it could potentially be something that we can't even detect yet, but it's already affecting your levels. So if you have less than a 1 PSA, you should be evaluated for hormonal deficiencies, including low testosterone. So an MRI would be needed. And if there's more than 1 hormonal deficiency, to look for tumors in the pituitary, because there's other hormones that are affecting the brain, guys. This is how I'm learning a lot about this, is by observing brain scans. I'll be doing more videos about that if you guys actually want. In fact, comment below if you want, because I know there's all these people argue about which foods are better, which diet's better, all these different arguments. And finally, I'm getting information that is really going to prove basically what I'm discovering is that I was right. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm happy to say, hey guys, I was wrong, and give you guys the latest information. But now what I'm finding is not only that I was right, now I'm finding proof that I was right. And you guys are going to be shocked by some of the new information that I have to release in regards to foods and how they're affecting the brain. But that's only if you guys want to hear that type of video. So comment below if you do, and I will go ahead and make an effort to go ahead and make a video like that for you guys. Meanwhile, don't forget to support the channel. Give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. It supports the channel, and it's free, guys. And I obviously really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and share, as I think a lot of people should know this information, including physicians and naturopaths, and just people in general, so that they don't think, ooh, low PSA is awesome, or if the PSA is a little high, that they don't freak out either. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the next one.